Okay, I want to talk about something that's actually more advanced. It's actually something that I personally work on, something that you probably have never heard before from anybody in disc golf, but we talk about it in other sports, and that is the predominance of your eye dominance and how it affects everything you do in sports. I'm right eye dominant and I throw backhand right-handed, which means that my natural tendency is to want to see the disc in my right eye. So when I go to throw, you'll notice that the natural tendency of people is to work back to the right, okay, back to the right. They're wanting to work to their dominant eye. They're wanting to see the disc come out of their eye, their right eye. When you practice spin and throw, you need to be very cognizant of what eye is dominant. My guess is that Paige Pierce, Paul McBeth, some of these other pros are probably cross dominant. They probably actually are left eye dominant, which allows them to see the disc over here, over to the left of their head. Like I'm looking at the camera right now. If I put my hand over here, I can just barely see it. But that's actually where the disc, if you push out into an arc and keep your head steady, the disc is actually not going to be on your eye line. It's going to be, we call this the two train tracks that go off into the horizon to the target. I'm actually on this track and the disc is on the other track. And you have to get used to seeing the disc in your left eye work back to the center. That's why people have so much trouble. They keep wanting to work it back to here. That's why also you see people when they putt, they're like over here. They're wanting to see it out of their right eye, and the best putters actually cross the line at an angle. So it will look like if I work on pushing out, the disc is over here. My head's over here, my right eye is 2 feet to the right of where the disc is. And I need to be able to see the disc go to the target out of my left eye and converge down to the target. And I think if you actually practice making the rails separate more and more and more and more, which is what I practice, they're used to teach getting the disc close. No sport ever has said, hold the thing close to you and turn. That's never happened in sports. It's always close to wide. In golf, it's close, wide. In throwing a bat, wide. You got to get the thing back out wide away from you. So when I'm doing my one-step practice in the backyard, I work on looking at the target and getting this rail, this one over here, further to the left and further to the left. And what I found is the better you do that, the more centered you stay, the more your head wants to stay still. When you pull too close, your head bails out, you throw, your right foot gives out, you throw your hips, all kinds of bad things happen. When you're wide, you come right through, nothing moves. Nice and steady, like Ken Climber. Try that.